Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Darkish Timeline. This is my first ever political stream, unless you caught my rant yesterday, which I don't think that counts. But anyway, so I'm going to ask a question, and I want to see what you guys think. I'm going to give you just a moment to think about it. What do these specific media sources have in common? Okay? Sin City, The Terminator, The Matrix, V for Vendetta, One Piece, The Hunger Games, Bleach Season 1 and 2, 1984, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Firefly, Metal Gear Solid, and Equilibrium. Marvel and DC also, but anybody in the chat? Any yeses? Well, the government's the villain in all of them. It's not just some big bad evil guy. It's there's a slew of them in there, but we have more media saturated with the government being the villain. So much fiction. Anyway, that if you actually stop and look at it, then you realize that this may be the purpose behind it, is to oversaturate the market with this heroic fiction. And I know I'm going to have a lot of people like, no, not my superheroes, not all. No, just trust me. I am a Marvel. I was a Marvel guy. I was a DC guy. I love superheroes. I like Harry Potter. And Harry Potter's probably the least of one to offend on this one, but it's still, the Ministry of Magic is a thing, and they are very much against Harry as far as it goes. But like, this is what I want to talk about. That heroic fiction is turning people into cowards, because they're under the assumption that it could never happen. What's up, Austin? Yeah. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. They're under the assumption that it can't be real because it's fiction. So my whole thing is that I believe that it's happening because it was fiction to start with. Oh, I got a few of them done, man. I just haven't really been working on them that much this week. I've been working on this script and a couple other things. I do gotta take some to somebody though, tomorrow or the next day, whenever he wants them. But yeah, I'm here. I don't know if you caught the beginning of it or not, Austin, but I'm here talking about how the government is the villain in fiction, but people can't see it in real life. Okay, yeah, yeah. It's all good. This will be up on YouTube also, so if you want to catch the whole thing, you can rewind it there. But I've just started. I was just going through like my little list here of. I'll go ahead and ask you, man, since you're here watching live. What do these specific sources of media have in common? Okay, so you got Sin City, you got Terminator, you got The Matrix, V for Vendetta, One Piece, The Hunger Games, Bleach Season 1 and 2, 1984, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Firefly, Metal Gear Solid, and Equilibrium. And Marvel and DC are thrown in there too. What do they have in common? Yeah, and that main villain is the government. Even if it's, you might think Voldemort is the main enemy, but he's not. Seems like their pain is the main show, if that makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I'm proposing a theory that what if that's planned? What if oversaturating the market with this heroic fiction is kind of what's making people think that it's fiction, right? That it's not actually happening in the world. I don't know what side of the political aisle you fall on, man, but it don't really matter. Just posing a question. I don't care about politics myself. I care about culture, and media is the culture. The content we devour every day is the culture. And like Star Wars, you have the Empire. Okay, Emperor Palpatine is not the main villain. It is the Empire, right? Emperor Palpatine don't show up to the last 20 minutes of the last movie, in the original trilogy. So, kind of, yeah. It's more of that. The government itself is the villain in there. While Palpatine is the big bad evil guy, but he's not the actual threat until the very end of the movie. It's the government using a Death Star. Hey, Cookie. I'm yeah, I'm talking about it hiding in plain sight thing. Yeah, I mean, he was a politician. Uh, Palpatine was a politician. If you look at the Matrix, what's the government in the Matrix? It's the Matrix itself, right? And Neo is the rebel that's trying to bring it down. They even have government agents that work for them. Even though they all become Agent Smith later, it's all the same. V for Vendetta. You got V trying to bring down the evil British government after a plague. After they overreach after a plague. my idea is that we're being saturated with so much heroic fiction that we can't see what it is actually, what's actually happening. Right? We can't see that it's happening in the real world. We almost had a ministry of truth just a few weeks ago, until the internet bullied the main person in charge of it into retirement, which is funny. But I mean, we were just weeks away from having a ministry of truth. That's 1984. And no matter what they say it was, that's exactly what it was. They were trying to